Dobro jutro, Divine Pisces, 222. See if I can get the date right this time. It is Monday, January 20th, 2020. Yeah, yesterday I said the 18th for some reason. I'm telling you, like, there really is no time. Like, it's completely fluid. Also wanted to just say a couple of things. I don't know if you guys have checked out Dream Queen yet, but I highly recommend it. She has a very unique gift. She basically channels. I mean, she does use cards sometimes, but she channels, and it's very, very unique, very interesting. And on her video yesterday when they were talking, she was talking about sexual energy and why it's a thing and how it manifests and things like that. And at the end of the video, she requested that I do a video on, because I've mentioned before on using sexual energy to manifest. That's when I get it from my DM, I use it to manifest the things that I want in my 3D life. And it's very, very powerful, and it does work. So I will be working on a video on that. Probably, I got to figure out really what I'm going to talk about. I mean, if you guys have any questions about that you want me to address in that video, put it in the comments, please. I prefer comments over video, over email, just because my email gets very, very overwhelming and I may miss it. So comments are a lot easier for me to keep track of, especially if they're in one spot. So if you have any questions about that, or if there are any other videos that you would like me to do as far as education or, advice on things that you have questions about, definitely put that in the comments. And I might, honestly, I was going to do like more like card readings and stuff like that, but honestly, I'm not really quite sure that's what I'm called to do. I feel like I'm really more called to educate, to offer advice, assist, that sort of thing. And I am actually working on the past life regression as well. So I really feel like that's kind of where my path is going at this point. So if there's anything else you guys want to see as far as that goes on my channel, just put it in the comments for me and let me know. Also, I did actually get an intuitive reading from Dream Queen last night. If you haven't booked her, do it, guys. It's I don't know how she does what she does, and that's fine. I don't need to know. But I just know that she brought up a lot of stuff, not just with my connection, but really just with me and with my job and like with my daughter and with my husband and stuff like that. That was really insightful. So highly recommend checking her out. Very, very unique gifts. And all right, so let's get this energy check-in going. So this has been coming up a lot, not just in the collective, it's actually been coming up in a lot of my personal readings. So I know that, as appears to actually be across the board, there's a lot of wisdom coming through, guys, like a lot of lessons that are being learned right now. And I feel Divine Feminine definitely embracing this. I just saw 333, that's funny, and this is a 2-2. But a lot of twins are embracing this, like the knowledge that's coming through, the insight that's coming through, especially from Source. I definitely feel Divine Masculine is really embracing the 5D communication aspect. They know how to do it at this point. They know that they can, and so they do. And I feel a lot of Divine Masculines are using this to communicate with their Divine Feminine right now, especially if you're in separation, if you're in a period of no communication, that sort of thing is like the 5D kind of just picks up. And a lot of them are reaching out for help, for comfort, and things like that. Now, that being said, I mean, and I've said this before, and so I'll say it again, you can't do the work for them. You cannot. They have to do it themselves. They do. Like, no matter how much you try to step in and do it for them, it's not going to work. You're just going to frustrate yourself. You're just going to drain yourself, right? So, if your counterpart is sending you, like, SOS signals, things like that, best thing to do really is just to let them know, yeah, I know you're going through what you're going through. I mean, I can feel it, you know, on pretty much a daily basis. Um, but you have to do this yourself. I can't do it for you, and I will not do it for you. That's not how this works, right? Um, and they'll figure it out eventually, guys. They have to. Well, boom, there you go. All right, divine the masculines. So, yeah. So a lot of divine masculines are really awakening to the fact that they need to do this themselves. They have to do this themselves. There's no other way. There is no other way to get through what they're dealing with right now other than to fix it themselves. You know, I kind of put it this way. You know, they made their bed. They made their choices. They have to deal with them. They have to lay in that bed unless they decide to get out of it. But they have to do it themselves. You can't do it for them. Okay? So yeah, a lot of my masculines are just kind of in decision mode right now. What do I need to do to move forward? With all of this information that I have, with everything that I know, with everything that I've learned about this connection and what it actually means, and who I am and what that means to me, and what my purpose is, what is my next move? And you know what? A lot of them are reaching out to Divine Feminine, but in reality, they need to be reaching out to Source. Now, some of them are reaching out to Source, some of them are reaching out to their spirit team, and they're getting answers. A lot of them just aren't trusting those answers. They aren't trusting their intuition enough. And so they're being guided to do that. Ooh, skipping. Divine truth. Okay? So they're being guided to release the ego and to pay attention to their intuition and listen. Listen to what your intuition is telling you, Divine Masculine. You have something you need to do. You have something you need to close. You have a cycle that is ending. Okay? You need to release it and let it go. You need to release it and let it go. Okay? And I do feel a lot of Divine Masculines are in situations that are controlling them. Okay, but in a way they're also contributing to that because they're not standing up for themselves. They're not speaking their truth. They're not telling people that they're not happy or that the things that are happening around them are not okay. You know, instead they're just smiling and nodding because that's what they think they have to do. That's what they've been programmed to think. You know? So towers are coming. Towers are coming. Towers are coming. Okay? And I feel like a lot of Divine Masculines at this point are kind of like Divine Feminine. I know a couple of readings ago I mentioned how Divine Feminine was like, bring on the towers because I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. So bring on the towers, please, so I can get out of this. A lot of Divine Masculines are actually praying for towers right now. Okay? Because they don't know what to do. So they're just like, help me, help me, help me. Okay? Because they're... It's not funny. Sorry, yeah, just... You guys get me by now. Just let it go. So they're just in this state of resistance. Like, and they've been fighting it. They've been fighting the ending of these cycles tooth and nail. Because they don't know what to do. They're scared. They don't think they can do it on their own. They think they need somebody, and they don't. They think they need someone's approval, and they don't. So they've been fighting this, right? And a lot of them are at the point where Divine Feminine has been for a little while, where they're done. They're just done. They're just done. They want to release it, right? They want to give this up so that they can walk the path that they have signed up to walk, that they've been chosen to walk. So they can, you know, step into a higher frame of mind and to move forward with integrity. Because a lot of them have not been living in integrity at all. They hate themselves. There's guilt there, you know. A lot of them have done things to people that, you know, are pretty messed up. You know, a lot of them are facing their karma because of that. And that's another resistance that's coming in here. They're resisting their karma. They're resisting the lesson. Divine Feminine's kind of like, learn the lesson. Just learn the lesson, guy. Get over it. Move on, please. You know, because, you know, this isn't just affecting you, Divine Masculine. These energies that you're pulling in, that you're sending to Divine Feminine, they affect Divine Feminine too. Okay, so keep that in mind, all right? And Divine Feminine, there is still some resistance coming in with Divine Feminine. I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines are still, in a way, trying to control the connection. Release it, release it, release it, release it, Divine Feminine. And I feel like the reason they're trying to control the connection is it's almost like they're feeling like, you know, instead of working on the things in their lives that they need to fix, they're trying to control the connection because they feel like that's the only thing they can control. No, you cannot. You cannot control the connection, Divine Feminine. You can only control yourself. You can only control yourself. Remember that, okay? And walk the path that you're supposed to walk right now. Right now, your counterpart and you are walking separate paths, right? You just are. You have separate paths to walk. It's like the path is together for a while, then you split. And you come back together, you learn a lesson, then you split. That's where the separation is. That's where the separation occurs. You have different lessons, somewhat of the same lesson, but it manifests differently, okay? So that's where the mirroring comes in. All right, and so once you finally sort all of that stuff out, then you can finally come together in union, if that's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, some of you are not, so just take that. I know this is going to trigger some people, and I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again, guys, okay, because I can't say it enough. Not all of you, not all of the twin flames who are incarnated together are going to end up in 3D union. Because that may not be what your souls agreed to when you incarnated. Okay? So you need to accept that. Okay? You need to accept that and release it. The contract may be your contract. I use that term loosely. The agreement that you had with your counterpart may be that they help you with mission in the 5D. Some twins that are incarnated together never meet. Okay? It's strictly 5D. Okay? Some twins, again, they're not even incarnated at the same time as their counterpart. Again, it's all in the 5D. Okay? And so it's not 100% destined that you end up in 3D union with your twin. Okay? So keep that in mind. Regardless of that, you have a path to walk. You have something that you're supposed to be doing that you're not doing, or that you're refusing to do, that you're resisting, that you need to release so that you can move forward in integrity. Okay? And get out of this darkness, guys. This dark night of the soul energy, man. This past moon has been incredibly illuminating with some of the dark energies that are coming through. And we do have a new moon. A new moon in Aquarius, which is, yeah, I mean, my moon and my Divine Masculine's moon and my daughter's moon are all in Aquarius. So this is going to be interesting for me. I just feel like, I mean, Aquarius is all about wish fulfillment, right? Laying the groundwork for success and embracing your uniqueness and your individuality and embracing yourself for who you are. That's what Aquarius is about. I mean, if you ever met an Aquarius, they're quirky as crap, okay? They're some of the funniest people I've ever met. It's because they embrace themselves. They know who they are, and they accept who they are, and they don't care, okay? So, you know, so with that coming in, I feel like a lot more with self, just in general, about, you know, accepting oneself and one's wish fulfillment over somebody else's expectations is going to be very, very highlighted. Okay. I also, again, patience. I don't think I need to speak on patience anymore. You guys know what patience means. But just remember to have patience with yourself, with your counterpart, with the journey, and yes, even with the karmic. Because the karmic has to learn to love themselves too. Oh, speaking of the devil, guess what came out? Queen of Pentacles, female karmic. Oh, yeah, seriously, one day, guys, I'm just going to do a reading without cards. Because they just usually align with what I'm already saying, honestly. It seems superfluous to me sometimes. Okay, so taking a look at Divine Masculine. Yeah, man, Divine Masculine, yeah. The codependency aspect is very real with the Divine Masculine right now, and they are recognizing this, and they don't want it. They are recognizing the fact that they've been giving their power away to somebody else, to multiple people in some cases. Honestly, it could be a job, boss, you know, family, religion, karmic partner, you know, whatever. They've been giving their power away. They don't want to do that anymore. They want to end that codependent cycle really, really bad. And it could be why they're reaching out for help. Again, you know, reaching out to Source, reaching out to Divine Feminine, whatever. Bring on the towers. I can't get out of this mess, even though I created it myself. Help me. Help me get out. Help me get out. Right? And I'm telling you, a lot of the situations, 3D situations, karmic situations, whatever, they are also not releasing control of Divine Masculine. Now, Divine Masculine for the longest time, again, is in basically a control mode, not wanting to release control of the situation. But now that they're ready to jump ship, they're ready to go. Energetically, they've disconnected. They don't want to do it anymore. Some of them have spoken their truth, or at least some of it, to their karmic situation. Now it's like the karmic situation, the karmic partner, whatever, is tightening the grip. No, you can't leave. I need you. You know, I know there are karmics that cross-watch my channel. I know there are. And I've touched on this before. We are all karmics to someone. We play all parts. Okay, we are all karmics to somebody. And just because you're a karmic doesn't mean you're not a twin flame. Okay, in fact, we're all twin flames. So let's just leave it at that. We're all twin flames. My question to the karmic: why? Why do you need Divine Masculine? Okay, let's just talk to the karmic partners for a second. Why do you need Divine Masculine? What is in you that you cannot release, that you must have control of someone else? Why don't you love yourself enough to release a toxic situation that you're not happy in, they're not happy in, nobody's happy in? Nobody is happy in this situation. Why are you holding on to it? Ask yourself this question. Why don't you love yourself enough to release toxicity? That's all I'm going to say about that. Right? So, Divine Masculine. Back to Divine Masculine. Third party situation, 3 of Cups. Wanting to basically say enough is enough. Yes, enough is enough. You're absolutely correct. And wanting to walk away from this. And some of them, you know, some of them are engaging in self-medication. They are drinking, trying to escape the pain, but a lot of them are ending that behavior as well. A lot of them have come to the realization that throughout this entire process, the only one they've been hurting is themselves. They've been hurting themselves. They don't want to do it anymore. They want to come out of that. They want to come out of the void. They want to come out of the darkness. They want to celebrate. They want to fulfill themselves. But they have to release the third party first. Now, that could be addiction. It could be drinking, okay? It could be a family situation that's incredibly toxic, that they feel very controlled in, that they can't do or think for themselves. Okay, and there are a lot of cultures out there that is a thing, and I am aware of that, okay, and that's a karmic situation you need to come to terms with and figure out what to do moving forward. Ask Source for help, okay? Could be a job that's incredibly toxic. They're not emotionally fulfilled at all. They're bored, you know, what have you. It could be a religion. All right, third party could be anything. It doesn't have to be a person, but that's it. They want to end that, and they're realizing that they need to end that in order to move forward. Okay, in order to move forward, and I'm telling you, they want out, guys. There's like this feeling of anticipation, this feeling of urgency. They want out now. Okay, they want out of the conflict. They want this to end. They want this to end. Now, some of this is internal conflict, but a lot of this is external conflict, okay? A conflict that's going on around them. They want it gone. Okay? So what they're doing, they're going within, reaching out to Source, meditating, what have you. Help me, help me, help me. Help me get out of this toxic, codependent situation that I'm stuck in, that I've, you know, kind of created for myself. Show me what I need to do. If that means a tower, bring on the tower. I'm strong enough to handle the tower. And some of them are just, they're releasing. They're like, you know what? Tower's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to end. It's going to end. I'm just going to deal with it when it happens. That is surrender, guys. That is release. Divine Masculine has basically gotten to the point where he's like, okay, bring on the tower. All right. And my baby just woke up from that. So let's try to get through this quickly. So let's take a look at Divine Feminine. See what's going on with Divine Feminine. Yes, Divine Feminine. Had enough of the crap. Had enough of the bull crap. She's cutting it out of her life. She's moving forward in truth. She's done with the manipulation, whether that be with Divine Masculine, whether that be in a karmic situation, whatever. She's done. She's moving out. I'm gone. Bye. Moving on, I'm going to create my own new beginning here. I'm going to stand in my power, and you know what? Nobody can say anything that's going to deter me. You can call me a witch if you want. Don't care. Right? Whatever you want. Witch with a B. That's fine. Like, I embrace that. I am what I am. Okay? So, yeah, definitely a lot of Divine Feminines are searching out for their mission at this point. Now, I know I've mentioned this before again. Okay? I repeat myself a lot, but, you know, sometimes your mission finds you. And actually, a lot of times that is what happens. So try not to stress too much or dwell too much on what your mission is. Your mission will find you. I promise. It will. Okay? Just release it. Release expectations. Let it come to you. And whatever source brings to you, go with it. Okay? Don't overthink it. Just go with it. Go. Just do it. Okay? Stand in your power. Do your thing. Manifest. Okay? Purge what needs to be purged. Release what needs to be released. Embrace the lessons, embrace the healing, embrace the truth, embrace the peace that's coming along with this, embrace what Source is telling you to do, and move forward in integrity. Move forward in integrity, girl. You do it, all right? Release this. Whatever anxiety that you're feeling, which you could be feeling from your twin, honestly, you could be feeling a lot of this is coming in very, very often with Divine Masculine, especially as he gets ready to take his leap. But try to return this positively back to him positively, okay? Be like, all right, I understand that you're anxious about this. Trust me, been there, done that. But you're gonna be fine. Source has your back. You know, you're protected. However you want to communicate that with your counterpart, okay? But Divine Feminine, you also have some cycles that are ending right now. And again, Divine Feminine, I feel a lot of Divine Feminines are just like, come on, let's end this already. I don't want to do this anymore. Don't want to do this anymore. Don't want to do this anymore. Looking for the opportunity to leap. I'm just waiting for Source to tell me what to do at this point. I don't like this. I feel like my world's upside down, but that's fine. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's go. Let's move. Right? So Divine Feminine, like, wanting to move too. She's like, let's go. Let's get this done. You know, I've served, a lot of you are like, I've served my karma. Maybe not. Like, maybe you're still in the middle of serving some of your karma, and that's fine. You know, as long as you learn the lesson, embrace it, release it, and then move on, you know. Bringing everything into balance here. But I do feel like a lot of Divine Feminines are like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, I'm done with the karma. I get it. I get the lesson. Let's clear this so that we can move forward. Now, I do feel also some divorces coming in with Divine Feminine. Okay, if you're married, you know, some divorces definitely coming in here. Some endings of some karmic cycles, you know, as I've mentioned before, leading the way to happiness here. But yeah, mainly at this point, it's just like Divine Feminine is recognizing her karma. She's recognizing the things that she needs to release, and she's trying to do that, okay, by standing in her power, basically. And then this right here, just guided to tell you to be careful with this. Yes, it's absolutely a good thing to set your boundaries, to stand in your power. Just make sure you're not doing it out of ego, okay? Be very, very careful with this. With great power comes great responsibility. Remember that, okay? So just make sure that you are not racking up more karma moving forward. And this was actually at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, boom, High Priestess, there you go. Use that intuition. Make sure you're not in ego, all right? And move forward with integrity, all right? Lead the way, Divine Feminine. Lead the way. You can lead the way, but you can't do it for him. You can't do it for him, okay? Yeah, well, sexual energy, surprise, surprise. Messages from your counterpart. Yeah. A lot going on behind the scenes, guys. Telling you, they ain't happy. They're not happy, so they want you to be happy because they can feel it when you're happy. All right? More sexual energy. You can't. Let's get some messages and advice. Ooh, from Source. Did this come out? I bet you it did. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Divine Masculine for sure figuring this out. Definitely. Divine Feminine's already kind of figured it out, but she's just kind of going with the flow at this point. But yeah, just remember, I mean, you are being guided, guys. You know? What is your true north? What is your true north? Follow that. Okay? Follow your intuition. Your intuition is guiding you. So is Source. So are your Ascended Masters. Okay? Your Ascended Masters are guiding you. And most of you know who Mary Magdalene was. She was a Divine Feminine. Okay? Christ was a Divine Masculine. Alright? I know that the Bible paints her as a whore. But if you look at all the subtexts here, there's a lot of evidence that she was actually his wife. And I know that's going to be controversial. I know some people are going to come at me for that. Whatever. Read the Bible yourself and you tell me. Alright? For example, she washes his feet. That was an honor reserved only for wives, not whores. Just want to put that out there. Alright? Some of you need to get back in touch with nature here, learn to ground yourself a little bit more. Some of you, going through ascension can be really, really tough, okay? You need to keep yourself grounded when you're going through ascension like that, because you can feel really, really out of sorts. Like everything's just kind of like floating around you. You're not really quite sure what's up, you know? So keep yourself nice and grounded. If you have to take a walk in nature, go do that. Get yourself out of the house. Get yourself out of the house. And courage, guys. You got this. You got this, okay? Stop doubting yourself. I think you guys doubt yourselves too much, okay? You're being guided. You're being protected right now. Let Gabriel guide you, or whoever it is that is guarding you right now or guiding you. Let them guard you and guide you, okay? Just release the fear and let it go. And, you know, this is actually interesting that this came up. I feel like it's important to write down specifically some of the experiences that you have to go back and refer to. Especially if you've had a dream, you know, as soon as you wake up, write it down. Because as you go through the day, you're going to lose that, okay? You're going to lose that information, and it may be a message. So I think it's just calling your attention here to remember to write down the things that are happening so you can refer back to it later. Okay, if some of you haven't been doing it. I know some people actually write letters, actual letters to their counterparts. Not sending them, but literally writing it down. Just writing down everything. And you know, that may be something that you're being called to do for a reason. So maybe listen to that. And yeah, this was on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, a lot of you are finding out that some people that are around you are not part of your soul tribe right now, and they're falling away. Let them fall away, guys. They're not supposed to be there anymore. You've learned the lesson. Let them leave. Okay, sorry for the longest video, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.